Okay, you got it. 72-hour mill Cottonelle toilet paper, antique muzzle loading propellant. Now, about a year ago, when we first did the toilet paper antique muzzle loading propellant, we thought it was a joke. We were not even expecting it to perform as good as it did. As luck would have it, it turned out to be the most powerful and cleanest black powder that we had made at that time. Now, quite recently, we made Cottonwood. Sorry, there's Cottonelle and Cottonwood. I get mixed up, and so I'll try and keep all that straight. Cottonwood, and we milled it for 48 hours, and it outperformed the Cottonelle. But that's really not fair, because the Cottonelle, which gave us, if I remember right, about 1,800 feet per second, just a little faster than Swiss through my Kibler Southern Mountain Rifle, milled for 24 hours, where the Cottonwood milled for 24 hours was 1620 or something like that. It's a little bit slower than GoX. So the theory being, if we took a bitchin' carbon source like Cottonelle toilet paper and milled it longer for 48 or 72 hours in this particular case, we were hoping to get better performance, because that's really what we've seen with a lot of other carbon sources. The bamboo probably being the biggest one. At 24 hours, I think it was 1520. At 72 hours, it was 1720. So for milling it 3 times as longer, we picked up 200 feet per second, which is considerable in my opinion. So that's what we were thinking we would see, maybe not a 200 feet per second increase, but an increase nonetheless with the Cottonelle charcoal. So I grabbed a couple rolls of Cottonelle, we threw it in the pyrolyzer, and we cooked it at 550 degrees Fahrenheit. That's our target temperature. It does get a little bit hotter, it gets up to around 600, but we have a target temp of between 550 and 600. And I cooked it for about 45 minutes. One of the things I have noticed when it comes to light and fluffy toilet paper charcoal is you don't have to cook it very long at all. When I'm doing a full paint can, or retort, for that matter, of cottonwood or willow or alder buckthorn or something like that, I cook it for 2 hours at a target temp of 550, 600 degrees, where this stuff is done in about a half hour. So I cooked it for, I think, about 45 minutes, and it was done. Something I get a lot of comments about is folks that have trouble with their powder clumping in their ball mill. We store all of our components in our vacuum chamber with desiccant. So it's as dry as we can get it. And I know most people don't have a vacuum chamber, but it makes a big difference as far as the clumping action that you'll get with your powder in your ball mill. Also, it's, I think, a little bit more accurate when you weigh it out for whatever ratio you're running. In this case is 77-13-10. That's 77 parts potassium nitrate, 13 parts charcoal, and 10 parts sulfur. So we milled this stuff for 72 hours, but about the clumping thing, every 24 hours, I take it out of the mill, I put it through my sifter just to lighten it back up, and I throw it back in there, and I mill it for another 24 hours until we got to 72. All of the shots taken in these tests are with my Kibler Southern Mountain Rifle 45 caliber, using 50 grains of 3F powder, a 20 thousandths pillow ticking patch, a 440 Hornady, well, they're Hornady, but I've used Spears as well, swaged round ball, and all of the shots are primed with the same powder they're charged with. So here is the long-awaited 72-hour Cottonelle antique muzzle loading propellant. Okay, so here is the long-awaited, anticipated 72-hour mill Cottonelle toilet paper black powder. Shot number 1. Now, I already took a fouling shot, so hopefully that won't mess up our averages too bad.
Jake, you got to come back. There you go. That should do it.
Okay.
Smoking.
1850.
Wow.
And my flint went flying. Thank you.
That is great. 1850.
Yeah, I got part of it on my knee.
Did it get you?
The flint hit you.
It didn't hurt, but I felt it.
Usually it doesn't.
Yeah, it's just
It's
like
it's only moving 30 or 40 feet per second.
it's like a flick.
I was gonna say it's like, you know, like that's it.
Yeah.
We'll get you a Purple Heart.
Or
think
whatever
so, yeah.
it was. Yeah.
Okay. Shot number 2 with the 72-hour mill toilet paper black powder.
Damn, that thing's cranking.
1852.
Dang.
I think we got a new winner.
Yep, I think so.
All right.
Uh-oh. Is this on a recording? You're going to be able to
Hey, don't
filter
worry.
that
We'll
out?
fix it in post.
Don't worry, we'll fix it.
Shot number 3. 1852.1.
Whoa.
You know they passed that thing.
That was shot number 3.
What
3
would they
shots
do?
in the 1850s.
It's the new.
It's the new hot
It's
stuff.
the new champion.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Cottonelle.
This is Cottonelle toilet paper that we milled for
Would that
72
be good? Would that
hours.
be a good advertisement?
You know,
Everyone makes jokes on the internet how they're gonna put ATF restrictions on toilet paper now.
Cottonelle with a red slash through it.
there'd be a waiting period to buy
Yeah,
Cottonelle toilet paper.
10-day
I
waiting
heard that.
period.
Somebody says there'd be a 10-day waiting period.
Why Cottonelle? Why is that? Is it
It
single ply?
no.
The whole thing started as a joke, Gary,
Yeah, no kidding.
and it was like, oh, you should try paper, and I said, well, what kind of paper? And everybody goes, toilet paper. And I said, okay, so I went in and grabbed some. It happened to be the kind that we had.
Which was Cottonelle.
So, how's that for luck? Okay, shot number 4. Oh, man.
Damn.
1832.
Boy, that's consistent.
Man, I'm going to just keep shooting. This is just pretty nice here in the shade.
Is it loading pretty good too?
It's loading really fine. Just fine. And then this is 77-13-10.
Well, hey, we put a swab through it,
Let me shoot it one more time.
but that's not. Come on, 4 shots, bro. I know. Here I am trying to be all scientific and stuff,
Come on.
ruining your good time shooting.
It's
Yeah.
protocol.
Sorry.
Rules are rules,
Not
man.
really, are you?
Yeah,
It's a lot of work.
well, I don't like to stop people from shooting, but hey, we're trying to be all scientific and stuff.
Right.
Man,
Last shot at 1832. That's the lowest one so far.
and it's only 20 feet per second. Dude, consistent and bitchin'.
Yep.
Consistent and fast.
So is this? What kind of wood? Charcoal.
That's it.
Toilet
Cottonelle
paper.
toilet paper.
Oh.
That's what we turned into charcoal.
Oh. Oh.
Wow.
No way.
Wow.
Let me see that.
Oh shit.
That's 4 shots.
That's pretty clean.
Wow,
There's-
we got a new winner, man.
That is nothing. Holy crap. Dude, Cottonelle freaking toilet paper at 72 hours.
I know a lot of people were thinking like, oh, I bet it'll be in the 19s and stuff. It's actually not that much faster.
Yeah.
Because the last time we did it was what? 24 hours, and it was right at 1800.
Was it?
I think it was. It was right at 1800.
I know that we had at least one shot that was at 18 something.
I think we had more than a couple that
Did we?
averaged 1800. I don't know.
I
A lot's
thought
happened since then.
I thought the cottonwood was the latest, the best stuff that we had so
That's the
far.
most powerful, yeah.
And that was in
But
the
this is the reigning king now.
It is now.
Yes, it is.
And
And it's
so
super-
convenient.
And it's super clean.
Yeah. Okay, but now that I've got a clean barrel, I bet you it'll be a lot, well, not a lot, but I bet you it'll be lower.
Think so?
I bet it will be. Let's see, huh?
All right.
Because I took a fouling shot before we
You did.
started.
You did.
Well, there you go.
So right now it's averaging 1846.
That's good.
Well, that's a nice little device. And it doesn't have any
Oh, the Garmin? Oh yeah, dude.
doesn't have any sticks hanging out from it.
No, it's
No, and
it's,
it reads every time.
and it
It
also
just reads.
and it
Garmin, huh?
you type in the bullet weight too, the projectile weight, and it gives you energy and all this other like
Amazing.
any kind of data point for the most part that you could want for a projectile.
Yeah, it does all your homework for you, is what
Yeah.
I like to say.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not bad here in the shade.
No, not bad in the
Not
shade
bad.
at all. Of course, it's only, what, 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning?
Is it
10.
10?
Yeah.
All right, so here is a shot with a clean barrel with the 72-hour Cottonelle toilet paper. 1856. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is the new winner, man.
Yeah. Big time.
Yep, that averaged 1848.7. Dude. Winner.
Well, let's try that other.
Now, you think the minions out there on the internet are going to go out and make their own now, like out of Cottonelle?
Oh,
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
guaranteed.
Yeah. How many subscribers actually do this?
Oh,
Oh, geez, I don't know.
yeah. That's a
don't know.
good question.
Probably not nearly as many subscribers as we have.
Yeah, we're at 110 right now. 110,000 right now. So,
Yeah, so according to this, with the 5 shots, and that was after we cleaned it, on the
Yep.
4th shot, cleaned the barrel, that averaged 1848.7 with a max spread of 24.5
that is awesome.
with 50 grains.
That is bitchin'. That's the best shit we've made.
That's a
That's
winner
good
right
shit.
there.
That's good shit.
Wow, okay. All right, so we have our 44 caliber Navy loaded up with 25 grains of our 3F 72-hour Cottonelle powder and a round ball. And I'm not standing up there to shoot at the paper target or any of that. It's just too damn hot out here, so sorry. But at least we'll be able to see how consistent and how powerful it is from here. Don't count on me hitting anything, though.
Oh yeah.
937. $881. $917. $846. $880. $884. That's some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that averaged $891.
That's good.
Wow. That's with 25 grains.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
So that stuff averaged 1,848 feet per second with a max spread of 24.5 for a standard deviation of 8.5, delivering 971 foot-pounds of energy. And that is the most powerful black powder that we have made. Now, I don't want to rain all over everyone's parade for the people that are going to run out to the store and buy up all the Cottonelle, but that wasn't all that impressive. Now, hang on, hear me out. Yes, it was the most powerful black powder that we've made. Yes, it had really good spreads, really tight, really bitchin'. I could have shot that stuff all day. But the thing about it that's not so great is the first time we tried Cottonelle, we milled it for 24 hours and got right about 1800. We milled it for 72 hours and got 1850. So we only picked up 50 feet per second from milling it for an extra 48 hours. That's not so great. Now, when you look at other carbon sources, again, like the cottonwood, for example, that stuff was 1620. We milled it for another 24 hours for a total of 48 hour worth of mill time and got 1820. So, while again, that is bitchin' powder, it's very powerful, it's very clean, it's very consistent, all the things that I like to see. Now, I'm sure there's going to be somebody that says, oh, you didn't shoot the paper target, man. You know, that's all we care about is accuracy. I'm confident it'll be plenty accurate, probably more accurate than anything you could go out and buy. But we'll test that later when it's not 105. This stuff, milled for that long, only gained 50 feet per second. That's not all that great. So what I think it shows, and we're going to test this with some balsa. I had a subscriber send me a giant box of balsa, which is bitchin', because balsa is my favorite. So thank you. I really appreciate that. Because balsa is expensive and it's hard to come by, and this is a big old box. So we'll test it with the balsa just the same, where we'll mill it for 48 and 72 hours and see if we don't get any big increase. The theory that I have is the density of the charcoal. I think that's what it boils down to. When you are using a really light, low density wood like balsa or toilet paper, you don't have to mill it for as long as you do with something that's really dense like the bamboo. So I think that's really what we're seeing here is you do reach a point of diminishing returns, depending on the carbon source. You reach it sooner or sooner than others, I suppose. But again, I think what it shows is you could use a not so ideal carbon source and mill it into submission, as it were. Where if you're using a light, fluffy, low density carbon source like balsa or toilet paper, you don't have to mill it as long. Now, I wouldn't mill this for 72 hours just so I could say I have the most powerful powder out of cottonwood. Cottonelle. Geez, I get those two mixed up all the time. I wouldn't mill Cottonelle for 72 hours just for an extra 50 feet per second. That to me is not worth the time or effort. What I think I would do is mill it for 32 or 36 hours and test that, because I wonder if we're not reaching that point of diminishing return way before 72 hours. That's kind of my theory. So again, it still is excellent powder. It's the best, cleanest, most powerful powder. Except it actually isn't. We have another one that we tried that day that was actually better. But you'll have to wait a week or two for that one. Sorry, I know that's really going to upset some people. But it actually isn't the most powerful stuff. It actually, believe it or not, was only the reigning champion for about 15 minutes before we tested another charcoal that actually outperformed it. But either way, this stuff is bitchin'. It is super clean. We're going to try milling it for 32 or 36 hours to see if we can't get that extra 50 feet per second a lot sooner. I'm always advocating for longer mill times, and people are like, oh, great, now we got to mill our stuff for 3 days. I don't want you to have to mill your stuff for 3 days. I don't want to have to mill my stuff for 3 days. I want to mill my stuff for 20 minutes and be able to get that kind of performance. So, you know, sooner is always better as far as we're concerned, or at least with mill times. So, as usual, folks, if you thought this video didn't suck, do me a favor and hit the like button, consider subscribing, and if you did think it sucked, go make your own damn video.